Hey guys, I am the nurse Dr. Asia, and today we will be learning how to do IV dosage calculations. So today's focus is going to be figuring out how long a solution should run. So let's get started. So the question says it is 14:30 and there are 600 mLs remaining in the client's IV bag, which is infusing at 100 mLs per hour. At what time do you anticipate the IV bag to be empty if the IV infuses without any interruptions? Enter your response in the 24-hour clock / which is military time. All right, so the question is asking, what time will this medication be finishing? So first, you need to figure out what time it is now. So it is now 14:30. So you want to make sure you are doing this in military time, okay? So we're just going to put that to the side that it is now 14:30. All right, so let's start with how many mLs need to be infused. So 600 mLs need to be infused. So we're going to write 600 mLs. So we know that we're talking about time in this problem. So we want our answers to be in hours, okay? All right, so we know we're in mLs now, but we need to get to hours. So if we look at the rate, it's going at 100 mLs per hour. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put our X and we're gonna put 100 mLs on the bottom over 1 hour on the top. So then our mLs cancel out and we're left with hours. So we multiply straight across and we get 600, multiply straight across and we get 100, and we're left with 6 hours, all right? But the question is asking us, what time will it be finished? So we're gonna go back to what time it is now, which is 14:30. And we're going to add 6 hours to that. And then we should get 20:30. So please remember to put your answer in military time. So we know 20:30 is 8:30, right? But if on your exam you put 8:30, then that's going to be, 08 and 30, then that's going to be wrong. So you want to make sure that you keep it in military time. It is 9:15 and there is 800 mLs left in the IV bag. The infusion rate is set to 200 mLs per hour. At what time will the bag be emptied? And you want to make sure that you're using the 24-hour clock. So we want to jot down what time it currently is. So it's currently 9:15. So I'll put now, that's what time it is now, okay? So let's start with how many mLs need to be infused. So there's currently 800 mLs left. So 800 mLs. All right, next we wanna go to the rate. So the rate is 200 mLs per hour. So 200 is gonna go on the bottom, hours is gonna go on the top. So mLs cancel out and we're left with hours. So we multiply straight across and we get 800, multiply straight across and we get 200. All right, so that's gonna equal 4 hours. Then we're gonna go back to what time it is. So it is 9:15 and we're gonna add 4 hours to that, and that will give us 13:15. As it is 22:30, it says there is 450 mLs left in the IV bag. The infusion is going at 75 mLs per hour. At what time will the infusion finish? All right, so let's start with what time it is now. So it is 22:30. All right, so let's start with how many mLs need to be infused. So it's 450 mLs. And what is the infusion rate? 75 mLs per hour. So 75 on the bottom and hour on the top. So mLs cancel out. So 450 times 1 is 450 divided by 75. And that's going to give us 6 hours. Okay? So let's go back to what time it is. It's now 22:30 plus 6 hours. And that's going to give us 04 30. All right, so I hope that this video was helpful in helping you understand infusion, calculating the infusion break time, when will it be finished. Thanks.